So today I'm going to continue my talk series, Our Hidden Power. And today is part 5, Get Out of Your Own Way. And so we start, as we do every week, talking about the very premise from which we build, and that there is one creative power in the universe. It is everywhere present and within everything, and we can choose to consciously use it, or we can choose to unconsciously let it take over and create our life. The key thing is, the aware person wants to consciously use it, but you have to be aware that it exists. You see, we get what we expect. And it's really different because expectation is built on our beliefs. Here's something that I know that we as humans do. We confuse beliefs with truth. A belief can be your individual truth because you believe it, but it may not be the truth for anyone else. And so I recalled, this really came up for me the last couple days, that's why I'm sharing it right now. I recall being in India and spending several hours with this guru, where this guru asked me, what did I know? And every time he asked the question, what did I know? And I responded, he said, what's your proof? What's your proof? And I want to let you know, I got really frustrated until I came to the realization that everything is a perception, and every perception is based on our belief. I think about everything that I'm teaching, that you're hearing me say. It's based on a perception. I believe there's an infinite intelligence that I call pure consciousness, spirit. I don't have proof. I believe that my words create because I experience it. But my experience is not proof for anyone else. The only proof comes from when you create your experience from doing something, and you do it over and over and over again. Then you've defined, how does this tool, this technique, work in your life? So I'm sharing with you this first statement. We get what we expect. Cause is often seen as separate from effect. But cause and effect are inseparable. This is my belief. This is what the great teachers, Ernest Holmes, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, they've all talked about the law of cause and effect. And you can't separate them. Every effect has a cause. Every cause has an effect. You don't have to worry about the effect happening. All you've got to do is put out a cause. And your thoughts create a mental atmosphere. That mental atmosphere becomes the cause in your life. You see, our job is to bring ourselves to a place where we do not see obstructions as a threat. It's all part of the creative process of building a belief. You see, a belief is where all the work is. And when you're building a belief, when you are building a belief, it's difficult because everyone else has got different beliefs. Think about that today. With all the contrast of what is going on. Why is it in medicine that they can do studies on antidepressants and the placebo has as much or more of an effect on the individual than the actual drug? It's because of the belief of the individual. Everything is a belief. Think about fire walking. Why is it that the belief is if you walk on fire, you walk on hot coals, you're going to burn? And yet I've walked on fire, I think 5, 6 times, never burned. It's a belief combined with a technique that you believe in. Everything in life is like that. And it's all about the process of building a belief. I would venture to say we must learn to expect our good to happen. We must learn to accept that which we desire will happen once we've built our belief. And if we expect that, we know that if it has not happened, guess what? We're not done building the belief. That's right. It's not that the universe is denying us. It's just that we haven't completed the process of building the belief. We get what we believe. That's what I do. I believe in the core of my being. And I keep demonstrating and demonstrating. So for me, it's a truth. So I was listening this week to one of my favorite inspirational speakers, Jim Rohn. I love Jim Rohn. I've been listening to Jim Rohn for 25, 30 years. Saw him live. Took my son Stephen to see him back when Stephen was 15 years of age. He got to talk to Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn's the guy, in case you don't know, he was the one who taught Tony Robbins. Jim Rohn was Tony Robbins' mentor. Here's what he talked about this week. He talked about the key to success. And the key to success is the D word. Do you know what the D word is? Rather than you ponder, I'll tell you. It's discipline. And he said discipline is the key. And a lack of discipline is where most people fail to use and to be successful in their use of the creative process. I like to use the words when I teach being persistent and consistent in your practice. Discipline's just a good word. How many people of you there start a meditation practice and stop? How many of you people there start doing affirmations and stop? How many people out there use gratitude for a while and stop? And then you wonder why your life hasn't changed or your life goes back to the way it was. Because you're not disciplined. Discipline is about building a mental atmosphere, and mental atmosphere that the creative process immediately recognizes and continues to demonstrate that in the effects, in the experiences of your life. Without discipline, it doesn't happen. It's like if you are a weightlifter. Successful weightlifters are disciplined in their practice. They never stop. It's a lifelong thing. And people wonder, why is someone so successful and someone so not? It's in their discipline. They develop a routine that they know will work and they stick to it. People ask me, how can you be 70 years old and be so fit? Discipline. How can you handle the stress? Discipline. How can you eat the way you eat? Discipline. How can you have the relationship that you have? Discipline. Clearly defining what will work and being disciplined with it. Here's what I also want to say. To a person who clearly looks at life with such insight beyond most people, he realizes that in life there is never any competition. Competition is actually the belief that there is not enough. But if you are tapped in to your true self, you realize there is an infinite supply of everything out there. So there's no reason for you not to want to be wealthy. You're not going to take it away from anyone. You can't take it away from anyone. You will attract wealth to you. The people who don't have money do not have an abundance consciousness. It's just that simple. And you can tell people who don't have an abundance consciousness, they are not disciplined in saving. They are not disciplined in investing. People who are not wealthy are very, very, very disciplined in spending everything that comes in. In fact, spending more than comes in. Do you see how discipline applies? And it creates both ways. When we wake up, we should deliberately ask, what good things will happen today? What good will I attract because of the person I am? And if you can't think of anything good coming, then you got to ask the question, how can I become a better person? And when I say better, I'm not saying good or bad. I mean a person who's more a vibrational match to that which they are seeking to experience. You see, we must cultivate an expectancy of good rather than trouble. We must attract an expectancy of what we desire by building a belief. And this, my friends, takes tremendous discipline. Building a belief takes tremendous discipline. But here's the key. Once you build a belief, you can put it into the subconscious mind and you don't have to think about it. It's a belief. It's going to automatically function. One of the beliefs I built a long time ago was that meaningful relationships are easy. Do you notice what I said? I didn't say relationships are easy there. That's an enhancement to what you've heard me say before. Meaningful relationships are easy. And that seems to be a truth for me because it's my experience. Most people believe that relationships and meaningful relationships are very, very difficult. Yeah, that's because they have a disciplined thought that they're hard. And they're going to be. Here's what I would tell you, if you haven't built the belief, is that we must act as we believe. And until we believe, we must act as if we believe. And this is not just in one area. This is in all areas of life. Do you believe you are a millionaire? If so, you've got to start acting it. Do you believe that meaningful relationships are easy? If so, you've got to start acting it. Do you believe that being healthy is natural for you? Then you've got to start to act like it. Do you believe that you can connect to the infinite source or to your higher source? Then you've got to act like it. But here's the key thing. You can't act like it once. You've got to become disciplined and act like it all the time. You see, we must see ourselves as part of the universe, and that the same law that operates the universe, that's creating the planets, the solar systems, is operating in our lives. In other words, it's not an individual law that's responding to us, our law. It's the infinite law that creates everything that's responding to us. So there's nothing it cannot do. But here's the key thing. You cannot fool the law. And that's your work. It takes tremendous discipline to change your belief. You see, the law understands and knows what you believe. It knows. And you cannot fool it. You may fool your partner, you may fool your parents, you may fool your children, you may fool your work compadres. But the law, you know, Bobby Fuller Ford did the song, I Fought the Law, and the law won. The law of cause and effect always wins because the law always gives you who you are. When we heal a false belief, we have stepped out of the way And the universal law of cause and effect will respond each and every time. See, healing a false belief is how we get out of the way. Healing an untruth is how we get out of the way. Healing our fear is how we get out of the way. If you are in fear, you will attract what you fear. Do you hear that? You're actually putting into the law a belief about fear. If you fear COVID, you're attracting it. Don't fear COVID. Believe in health. And do what you believe will make you healthy. Remember, it is done unto you as you believe. Create beliefs that serve what you want to experience in this world. Our role in this creative process is to build a practical partnership with the infinite and to work with it. This is what is called going with the flow. Don't fight the law of cause and effect. Don't fight that your beliefs create. Start creating new beliefs. And those beliefs will take you to areas of life that you can only dream of. But because you've dreamt and you've built the belief, the universal law says, yes, my friend, you shall experience that. And it is my pleasure to do that with you. What do you believe? Question it and ask, is it serving my highest expression of life? If not, begin the process now and change that belief.